welcome back to my channel, and today let's talk about Girl, Woman, Other by Bernardine Evaristo. So I read Girl, Woman, Other in 2020, and this review is being put up right now in 2021 on the request of one of my subscribers. So thank you for giving me the request. Here is the review. Basically, Girl, Woman, Other was the winner of the Man Booker Prize, or the joint Man Booker Prize in 2019, which it deserved to win like completely, to be honest. But again, the Booker does commercial shit these days. But anyway, getting back to what the book is about. Girl, Woman, Other by Bernardine Evaristo is about the set of Black British women. Either they have immigrated from Africa to the UK, or they are like people who have always been there with their forefathers immigrating to Britain. The thing is that the theme of the book would be considered to be very short story-esque, because every chapter, every part of the book is about like different women, but all of them are interlinked in some fashion or the other. So talking about the pros of the book, because I like talking about pros and cons. The biggest pro of the book for me is the experimental writing. I've never ever read a book with no punctuation, with capitalization being very random, because wherever the author wanted to stress her dialogues, or wherever she wanted to, I would say, stress on that particular paragraph, that's where she uses capital letters, in a very unconventional way. And when you read like a physical print version of the book, that's when you realize how that kind of not including punctuations like full stops or commas kind of makes the whole text very, very attractive, because the stories are about like plain, women like you and me, women who are from the LGBTQ community as well. So it's just that when that kind of part is being read by our brains, we kind of like tend to I would say underestimate the power of punctuations. But the point is that the whole reason why the punctuation not being there plays a huge role is because these are ordinary women, and the author wants you to like draw your attention to these women who are either like suffering in some way, or they've been through a lot of things in general, or they are like facing through that thing right now. In no way is the suffering like glorified. Everything that the author goes through, the character goes through, is pretty much believable, because these are like, there are these subtle signs of sexism and racism like put into the text, which kind of makes you realize what the character is actually going through, right? And I think like this is a form of like good writing, good storytelling. And like I said, the best part about it is that it's without punctuations, so that you recognize that these are ordinary women with these stories, and there are women like these living in the world today. I think another pro of the book would of course be the diversity shown in the book, because the book also kind of has like stories of it kind of has stories of women from various walks of life, right? Like we have a story from of a woman who is actually a homosexual. We also have a story from a woman who is an immigrant from Nigeria, and all of these stories kind of like, when they're woven together, form this kind of beautiful thread, this beautiful chain of stories that it's very simple to read. It's very, very, I would say it's easy to kind of read story by story, but then at the end of the book you kind of get overwhelmed, because there's a lot of like stuff that's happened by the end, that your chain has become this beautiful lustrous chain of diamonds. So like those are the pros. Those are the pros. But let me tell you the cons about this book, because I kind of rated this book only 4.7 stars, and I want to tell you why I cut the 0.3 stars. The thing is that I think there were two women in the book whose stories I wanted to know more of. I wanted to read more of Bhumi and Latisha, and basically I felt like their stories were kind of not cut short, but then I wanted to read more of it because I know the trauma they have faced, I know of the issues that they had gone through and things like that. So that's like one of the reasons why I kind of did not give it a full 5. And one more reason that I would say, when you start with the book, now this is a con because the book is a bit heavy, so when you start the book, getting into the book will take a bit of time. Like you'll have to read like the first 150 pages to settle in with the book completely, because until then you're just like reading a story of a woman. You're just like kind of settling into it, and settling into the book might take time, but the point is the end is like 100% worth it. So once you get into that stage where you're like, okay, like I'm reading the story of a woman, do I need to finish it, do I not finish it, whatever it is, my point is, go ahead, just sledge through that particular pace of yours, and you will finally like come with a very, very overwhelming positive outcome. So, to conclude, what the book does best, in my opinion, is that kind of subtle message. Like, nothing is preachy, nothing is like straightforward. You have to read the story and understand the issues, the struggles, the happy times the women have faced, and also kind of understand the root of racism in general, or how racism is kind of like embedded in the society in general, but all of this is told to you in a very subtle manner. So at the end, it's you who should think about it. It's you who should understand the fact that yes, this happens in our society, yes, this is something that's like very prevalent in today's day and age, and how do we fix it, how do we fix it in our society, especially when it comes to crimes against women who are black, and women of color and things like that. So yeah, that's it. I know it was kind of like a pretty short review, but the thing is that the more I speak about the book, the more I feel like I may blurt out spoilers, which I don't want to blurt out. But I do feel like if you are a woman and if you are looking for a beautiful book read by a woman, more on the lines of contemporary and literary fiction, then this is one of those books that you would really, really like. So go ahead, read it. I like this book a lot. I hope you do too. So see you in my next video. Okay, cool. Up and trending. Bye.